I don't really tend to make news videos on this channel in regards to Phantom Parade. I usually just make Should You Summon videos that focus on a specific unit or tier lists or comparisons of units, stuff like that. I don't really make news-based content that's like immediately relevant. However, with this, okay, hold up. This is different. This is incredibly important. I don't want anyone to miss out on this because this is absolutely ridiculous. Because Phantom Parade tends to be relatively stingy when it comes to tickets and cubes sometimes. So this thing on your screen is hiding about 200 tickets from you. So let me explain, right? So this Yuta is guaranteed for most free-to-play players as well as the pay players now. He is pretty much guaranteed from pity, which is absolutely insane. Now let me explain why. So when they were announcing this event, of course, they announced the Yuta himself, the event he comes with, JJK0 login coming as well, the announcement for maintenance, of course, and this was also announced. Now, this was very innocuous. It just looks like, you know, when they add a little game mode or when they add, like, you know, an event marathon where a chibi character runs across and you get a couple extra, like, standard tickets and cubes and stuff. That's what I assumed. No, this event is ridiculously good for you and it can give you so many tickets. It's genuinely, I've had to do maths to calculate how many tickets you can get. Do you know how ridiculous that is? I've had to like make notes and get a calculator out. Well, not a calculator, I'm not that dumb, but I had to like do maths to figure out how many tickets you can get. The reason I'm making this video in the first place is because this event is kind of hidden, because when you look at the screen you don't see it. Despite the fact it's, you know, an event, it doesn't appear above the events on the quests. It doesn't, you know, appear here on the home screen or on the ongoing events tab here. It doesn't show up. So I needed to make this video so people know that this event exists and where to find it and how to access it. So literally it's just this little arrow. People get annoyed by this tab because a secret shop always pops up and everything else is kind of unnecessary and you don't really interactive, but this board game is genuinely ridiculous. Just to show you, right, I'll just show you on screen and explain why it's so stupid. The way this board game works, right, is you basically just put Chozo around this board. You know, little game thing he plays with Iso and Ketchisu and the other disaster casters and Kenjaku and stuff. He goes around this board, he gets these points in the top, and with these points, you increase the level for your buildings, right? Kind of like Monopoly. And as you increase the floors of your building, like you level up your building, so to speak, you will get more and more resources, standard tickets, coins, AP, just training resources, which is absolutely phenomenal, by the way. You will get resource heavy because of this event. As I said in the Yuta video when said whether or not you should summon for him, I assumed we'd get a lot more tickets and cubes because of the event. I didn't assume we get this much. This is where it gets crazy, right? So you get to floor 100, you get a bunch more, whatever. It's mostly dice for now, but I'll get that later. Floor 150, you get 10. Phenomenal, that's great. Free 10 tickets, that's amazing. Kind of nice. Free 15 for 200. 220, you get you get 20 more tickets. So you can get a possible 30 or so, 25 more tickets. 30 or so, that's great, right? No, that's not the great part. So when you level up your building, with every 50 levels you go up, you increase a tier in this shop, in this exchange, right? So in tier 1, I've already got them, you can see 5 tickets there for the event. I was like, oh, does that mean there's 5 tickets for every tier and there's 9 tiers? That's pretty decent. No. So there's 5 again for tier 2, 5 for tier 3, nothing insane, nothing crazy. 10 for tier 4, yet again, getting better. 10 for tier 5, 20 for tier 6, 20 for tier 7, 30 for tier 8, and of course we have 50 for tier 9. Now, you're probably wondering, this seems, you know, too good to be true. Kind of is, kind of isn't. So with this event, it does feel like there's a bit of a pay-to-play aspect to it, but it is still relatively free-to-play friendly. I still see you can probably get around 100 tickets, if not more. Probably around 100 tickets as a free-to-player with this, without spending money on dice, which is like the currency you use to go around the board, which, oh, you can just move these guys around. Neat. Which will get you points to upgrade your building, which gives you gold coins, which in turn you can then trade for the tickets. Now, I've done some maths. I've got it on my screen here. This is kind of ridiculous. So as you can see here, this is very simplified, right? This is, okay. You get 1 gold coin every 2 floors between level 1, well, floor 1 to floor 96. So they're about 48 gold coins. And from every floor after that to the final floor, which it caps off at 300, you get a singular gold coin. Neat. So that's about 251 gold coins overall, and since maybe a little bit more, maybe the 1 or 2 margin of error, and so that's about 252, 253, sure. You have to half that because, you know, each ticket is worth 2, and as a free to play, that's probably the max that you can get because you can buy gold tickets on the run. So 252, it's about 120 something tickets, 120 odd tickets or so, right? And that doesn't include these, right? So when you get to 150, you get an extra 10 for free. Same with 200, 220, you get 15 and 20. So the max you can get, right? The max of tickets you can get overall, if hypothetically speaking, you could get every single ticket with gold coins exclusively. I will say this now, I made the mistake. In the shop, the tier doesn't increase when you like buy stuff, right? It'll always be at the bottom. So do not buy anything else with gold coins. Do not buy the AP, do not buy maybe the dice, probably not actually. Don't buy well, you can buy them, they're silvers, but just don't buy anything with the gold coins. Save your gold coins. This event is around for 2 weeks or so. This is why I'm making the video now. So it's like, so you do it, you start it now, so you can make so much progress in the event, so you can get up to about 200 tickets. Now let me show you the maths again. You get all of these from the tiers of the floor, so you can get about 200, right, from this event. That's in the perfect scenario where you get to the highest floors, and with your dailies you can roll enough dice to get enough points to level up to get to those higher floors. I think I've bought a singular coin. I don't think I've bought any packs or anything. I don't recall, but I'm up to floor 60 on the first day, and there is 2 weeks. Right, at floor 67. So you can make some headway now, and I suggest you do, because it's like genuinely insane. Now it makes sense why at the start of this video I said this Yuta is pretty much guaranteed for every free-to-play and pay-to-play now, because there is 200 tickets you can get from that event on its own, plus the 10 tickets from the actual Yuta event that came with this guy, the Gourmet Boom or whatever it's called, plus the stones you got from logging in, which was an extra 3,000, plus the stones from the event as well, plus logins, plus everything. This unit from Pity is pretty much guaranteed. Not to mention, you don't even have to do 25 multis. You can get 100 Pity points from the start with the recharge. So if you just, even with free-to-play tickets, you add 100 Pity points, which means you only have to do 15 multis with 200 tickets from the event, plus the 10 from the Gourmet event. The potential is insane. This unit, as I said in my previous video, is one of the best, if not the best, blue DPS in the game, and he is pretty much guaranteed for global, and his banner stays for over a month. You will get this unit. If you really want him, you will get him. That's all this video was to say. The thing that genuinely annoyed me, and the reason why I made the video in the first place, was just to tell you you can get so many tickets. Is because the event does feel kind of hidden. Like, it isn't on the screen anywhere. I don't think a lot of people check the news tab, because it's kind of, like, the announcement tab's not very good in this game, to be honest. So the event is kind of hidden in a sense. Like, it's not on the actual events tab. It's not on the event quests. It's just hidden on the left side here. Do it. Like, now. Genuinely. I haven't even pulled him yet. Went a couple multis deep. I put a couple pity points in, and I didn't pull them, and I was a bit, upset. And then I looked at the board game event, and now I am not worried at all. I am not worried about blue hard sweep. Doesn't matter to me. It'll be done in due time, like really easy. And because the event here's the other thing with the event. It's not just giving you tickets. Just look at the sheer amount of resources I've gotten. All I did was the main event and like the main quest event and the board game event, and I'm completely full. Like, I don't need anything for a very long time. This is one of the best anniversary events I've seen in a hot minute. Do the board game, do it now, and you will get Yuta even as a free-to-play. That's how I'm going to end the video, genuinely. Play it, do it now. This is a short video for obvious reasons, but as I say, do this board game event now, and you get, even when you level up normally, you will get standard gacha tickets. I did a couple multis just to get rid of some bad RNG, but I got about 50 on top of the standard gacha tickets from the quest event. And that's great, because probably around the time, like in the middle of the anniversary event, if not a bit later, the standard pool will be updated, and we're getting a bunch of standard tickets. So I'd get all these standard gacha tickets with like the silver coins and stuff, and just hold on to them until the standard banner updates, and you'll have like 10 or 20 guaranteed standard gacha multis, which is insane. This anniversary event, just from the board game, is phenomenal and the most generous this game has ever been since it first launched. Do all these events, you play the board game, and you will not have to worry about pulling Yuta. You will not have to worry about who comes afterwards, because if you're smarter than me, you would have like saved more of your stones for whoever, like Fuga, Arasakuna, or whoever it is. Like, you don't have to spend stones on Yuta to get him, which is genuinely insane, right? You will just get him from attrition from the board game. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Choose my doodles. We'll see you in the next one. Peace. Play the goddamn board game.